for the coaching staff, especially for the players. It's just the noise from outside, from all the ones that they have the truth and they have the answer for everything, that they were saying that this group is too young, we were not ready, but the players, they did their job, they showed that, and it's important.
No, I feel like saying commiserations today, but congratulations for the season.
We didn't achieve the dream. It's frustrating, it's disappointing, but for sure in a couple of hours we will reflect, and overall I think it's a good season.
Congratulations to Newcastle for all they've done all year, and look, we played so well today. We've done a great job. Newcastle had some opportunities, but coming here, you're always going to give up a few opportunities, but the players done so well, so proud of them.
I think we were a bit anxious today. I think the want to get a positive result affected us negatively in our performance. I don't think it changed from first half to second half. There was still that feeling that we were maybe too desperate to score. But then, of course, you have to reflect overall and you have to put it into perspective. We've lost today's game, but we have finished fifth. We have qualified for the Champions League. There are amazing things for the club. So many positives. Of course, we've won a cup as well during this season. So it's been a memorable campaign, and I can't thank the players that have given me everything enough.
Won a cup this season, apparently, Alan, for them, obviously. Finishing fourth in the league.
Well, I talked up Chelsea many times, and a lot of people shut me down in terms of their squad. I think they had really good players in there, but they weren't performing to their level.
Including the goal scorer today, Colwell.
22
years
of
he's
age.
improving, isn't he? He's looking good.
He really is defensively, but today, to get the goal that takes him into the Champions League is brilliant. It was like a prime Lineker there, the way he moved there and he at the back post and tapped it in. But you just see on this angle here, when it comes across, the concentration on him just making sure he gets it in the net. And Neto played well in the game as well. But it's a massive, massive goal for him. And I mean, I really enjoy watching this Chelsea side.
Yeah, youngest team in the Premier League. And in Premier League history, look at that, which is quite something.
And you consider if they win on Wednesday, then and finish where they have done, that's a very impressive season.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the style of play it's worked for them at times.
Yeah, I know that some of the Chelsea fans got on his back a little bit when he was trying to play out from the back, but ultimately they're in the Champions League. They can build from that, and they've got some really exciting talent.
I think they've done really well. As for Newcastle, Alan, not the result you would have wanted, and perhaps it was fitting in some ways, wasn't it, in the weekend that Sunderland won the playoffs and got back into the Premier League. So well done, Sunderland. Congratulations.
Green room.
Well played.
What goes in, what's said in the green room stays in the green room.
I didn't tell you what he said.
They're great games to play.
OK, and I suppose in some ways it's quite apposite that a Sunderland fan stood in Newcastle's way today.
Yeah, they couldn't. I mean, it wasn't about today for Newcastle, their performance. They were miles off the standards that they've set. And I mean, you've got to give well done to Everton all over the park, but particularly I think Pickford, whenever they did get through that defence, then he was the difference, whether it was those legs or whether it was those particular saves. They just couldn't find a way past him, and probably didn't deserve to get anything from today's game. But as I said, it wasn't about today, it's about the whole season for Newcastle. And for me, the greatest season in my lifetime.
I was just going to ask you if it's the best.
Champions League football, without a shadow of a doubt. So Newcastle have been absolutely magnificent, and the job that Eddie Howe has done has been superb.
I concur.
Exactly. Let's confirm European qualification. The Premier League will have 6 teams in the Champions League, including Europa League winners Tottenham. The 2 Europa League places go to Aston Villa in 6 and the FA Cup winners Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest enter the Conference League. Chelsea finishing in the top 5 ended any prospect of 8th place securing European football. It's time to choose your goal of the season after consulting.
Very happy. I'm very happy for many reasons. First of all, because I think the player deserve. Since day one, they have been working very, very hard. With the club, with the owners, with the sport director, the players, we all go in the same direction. And I said many times during the season that the noise was more from outside than from inside.
Very tough game today. How do you control all the emotions?
Yeah, no, very tough. City lost here, Arsenal drew here, Liverpool drew here, and Chelsea won. So it's not easy. It's not easy. The player, they show how good they are, the effort they have been. And unfortunately, we are in a business where the people, you, judge us because of the results. And today, in case we were not able to win the game, probably all of you judged this season a disaster, but was not a disaster. I said many times that this season was already good. 12 2 years ago, 6 last year, and 4th this season, with probably the youngest squad in the history of the Premier League. So, very happy.
Jacob?
It felt that today like the approach was very much like the result was all that counted. I mean, it felt like you kind of adapted the way that you played a little bit and had less possession.
The results always count for us in every game, since day one until today, every time. But we have our way. We want to reach results in the way we want to play. And I think today the players, they were top because they also adjust. We also adjust a little bit how to work off the ball. This stadium, this environment is not easy, but they deal with that very, very good.
I mean, they were doubted a little bit after the Newcastle game because maybe the mentality in that one was a little bit difficult. You had the red card in that game early on. Atmosphere maybe got to them, but here it felt like they kind of grew a lot. These young players.
Yeah, but I think I think that from January on, we played many good games. That probably from some of you, they said that from January we didn't play so many games. But I think from January we played many good games, and today we achieved an important target for this club, and we are happy.
Kieran?
You sort of mentioned that you are the youngest team in Premier League history. You broke a record set by Leeds in 1999-2000. Does that make you more proud of the way the guys have come through for you to finish?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. I didn't have any doubt, to be honest, about the players. I said that the doubt was from outside. All the ones that they have the answer, or all the ones that they have the truth, they were saying that we are too young, we are not good enough. They were waiting for Villa draw points in case we want to achieve Champions League, and they were saying that we were not able to win in this pitch because too young, because not experienced, and unfortunately for them, they have been all wrong. All the ones, that they have the truth and they have the answer for everything. So in English, I would say F off to all of them, because the player, they deserve that. And the way they have, I said many times, the effort they have doing has been fantastic.
Sorry, does being in the Champions League mean that, come the summer, the window, you can be involved in more important discussions with targets, that high caliber?
Now, I'm not thinking about next summer, to be honest. Today it's a day that we have to be happy, because we brought this club where this club has to be, in the most the most important European competition, and we did today, and this is the most important thing for today. Now, from tomorrow, we start to prepare Wednesday final, and then we have days to see for next season.
Malik?
How much did you know during the second half? Because we knew fairly, I guess, 10-20 minutes ago, it was looking very likely you were safe, but you were kind of still kicking every ball.
Yeah. No, they told me just once, and that's been when Man United scored the second goal. My assistant manager, Willy Caballero, said Man United scored the second one, is 2-0. That was the only information I get through the game, because I said before, everyone was waiting for us to draw points and see if Man United win. But I said to the players all week, we don't need to watch Aston Villa. We need to do our job. We need to win the game. If we win, everything is okay. So in the moment that we were winning, the negative part of the today, and this part of how we need to improve and grow, is that after we scored the goal, probably we were a little bit afraid to win the game, so we sit a little bit back. That is not, but it's also part of the development from the players.
Obviously, so much talk over the last few years about how much money's been spent to bring players in.
Mm-hmm.
How pleasing is it someone who's come through probably since whatever age.
Yeah, but I said that in the past I was not here. I don't think since I joined the club we spent more money than the rest. I think since I joined the club we spend money, but in the same way other clubs they have done. Now in the past I was not here, I don't know, but for sure we have players that they deserve to play in the best European competition, that is the Champions League.
And we'll finish with John.
Can I just take you back to that, the qualification, just pure and simple, the Champions League, a club of the size of Chelsea, in the stature of the Champions League, just how proud does that make you?
Very proud because, first of all, because of the players. I feel part of their improvement, the way they grew through the season, and I feel especially proud for that because they are a fantastic group, a fantastic squad. They are good boys, they work hard, they try to help each other, and I said, probably most of the time I was from outside, that we were not good enough, we were too young, we don't have a leader, blah, 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 these kind of things. That at the end is all come from results.